Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Agave Talk, your number one source for everything agave. We appreciate you being here with us today. Today, I am checking out part two. All right, part two, Santaleza tequila. If you are here as part one, maybe you didn't see the video last week, but last week I ended up reviewing the Blanco. Yes, this is a brand new brand, the very first place you're going to see this review, all right? And I did last week release the Santaleza Blanco. You guys know if you do subscribe every single week, Sunday mornings, I do release a brand new review. And last week, I showcased the Blanco. Cool. Today, we're really to start a show is this Reposado. Checking this out. I do remember the Blanco having a very green agave, not like a ripe agave flavor. It was more of that raw agave. So I'm very curious to see what this Reposado and in aging in the barrels for about 4 months is going to do to this Blanco and see how that tastes, all right? Super cool. Go check out that video. But today, the star of the show is this Reposado. And taking a look at this bottle, just the branding on this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I do love it. Very straight to the point, minimalistic, but there's a reason. Cool. Why? Because they're really trying to showcase that this is a traditional made tequila. They're sticking straight to, using ripe, mature agaves, cooking, crushing with a Tahona, fermenting copper stills. We're really using some tried and true methods, and this is coming out of NOM 1604. So I do go over a lot of the history of the brand and just the brand itself in that Blanco video, so go check that out. Today is part two, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. Go watch that video to see that, because I am going to be jumping right on into this, and it hasn't even been broken on the seal yet, right? So super cool. Going to be checking this out. Let me take off this plastic. Like I said, this is a Reposado that has been aged in ex-bourbon barrels for a minimum of 4 months, okay? So bourbon drinkers, this might be for you. We shall see. And like I said, they are using traditional methods, including a 135-year-old Tahona. Yes. And they actually outfitted that Tahona with a donkey head, and they're named it Pepe. Go check that out. Go check that out. Search that out online for sure. Whoop. Go check that out. Go check that out. Search that out online for sure. And yeah, we're about to check this bad boy out. So with that being said, let your bottles pop. Oh yeah, that was a good one. Looking at the cork here, getting that in shot, they do have their branding. It's kind of like even like a stained glass looking agave. That's kind of what I get from this. Really beautiful. Again, love the branding on this, very minimalistic. And let's check this out. Man, thank you for being here. If you have not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk. All right. So getting the cork back on in, this is a 4-month Reposado, like I shared. Okay. And looking at this, it's really, really light in color. This is not a very dark Reposado. The 4 months in the barrels didn't impart a lot of flavor. But man, looking at those legs and tears, that is not going anywhere. Let me look. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty sticky. That is pretty sticky. You can see that all along the glass. That is very sticky. And, ooh, that's going to make for a good mouthfeel for sure. But, yeah, like I said, that 4 months, and even on camera, it looks almost Blanco-ish. You can see it more here, right, in the bottle. But in glass, it's looking almost Blanco-ish, and off camera as well, like even bringing it up towards the light. This is a very, very, very almost very clear. I was going to say almost transparent Reposado. That's kind of crazy, right? But 4 months, ex-bourbon barrels. Let's take a sniff. Ooh, okay. So if you do watch that Blanco video, like I said, I remember the Blanco being very green, very not ripe agave, but fresh agave, right? Raw agave. And for me personally, I love ripe agaves. I love cooked agave, right? That's the flavor I really love When I am drinking a tequila, I want to taste that Blue Weber. I want to taste it cooked. I want to taste it mature, like a really sweet banana, right? So the Blanco on this was more of like a green banana. Make that comparison. But now sniffing the Reposado, it's still that green agave, right? Like a green banana unripened, but you are getting more. You're getting some of that flavor of that oak. And man, if you do follow the channel, you know Blancos first and foremost are my very favorite. But I love agave bombs, really ripe agaves, right? Mature agaves, sweet agave. And on the other end, extra añejos are my favorite because I like to see what the wood does to it. So taking a sniff of the aromas on this Reposado, oh yeah, you are. You're still getting that ripe green agave, right? But it's definitely you're getting that oak, and that oak and the agave, it's really playing nice. I was curious to see how this the aging was going to affect that Blanco. And when Blancos have that profile, for me personally, a very raw agave, I like to then see how the barrel affects it. In this, oh yeah, you're getting some hints of vanilla in there as well from that ex-bourbon barrel. Some spices, right? There's even a little bit of citrus. I want to say this was kind of citrusy as well. But yeah, this is the oak did this a favor for sure. It definitely is really enhancing. Some of those smells. I'm digging it. I'm definitely digging it. Well, cheers, salud. Let's try this out, right? All right. Okay. Oof. There's a there's a good amount of pepper on that. Definitely a good amount of ethanol as well. I was not expecting that much ethanol on there. They are. Let me see. Oh yeah, they are. Saying that they are additive free, not using diffusers, right? Uh, so there's nothing manipulated on this. I'm not getting any like funky, off-putting smells and or taste right up front. But that was definitely a little bit more peppery and ethanol than I was expecting. I am going to pour just a tiny bit more on this. It did kind of have like a buttery kind of taste. That's interesting. The way it coated my mouth, kind of like if you ever ate butter, like butter popcorn, and it kind of leaves like a oily film, right? It definitely, as I'm swishing around my mouth and I'm talking, there's definitely a lingering taste, which is nice. And I'm getting that wood. I'm getting that oak for sure. There is a little bit of hint of vanilla, but really dominated with that wood and that citrus, even just for being 4 months. Even kind of like leather. It's like a leathery kind of aroma as well. Let's take another sip. But man, that is spicy. I'm gonna be honest. If spicy's not your thing, a lot of baking spice on that. Pepper, black pepper, white pepper. It's a little bit more softer in flavor. It's not like a super intense crushed black pepper, right? It's more of like a soft, powdery white pepper. But if pepper is not your thing, this might not be your jam because that is very peppery. I was actually very surprised. A lot of spice too, baking spice for sure on that. And yeah, that's that wood. It's pretty woody, leathery as well. The agave though, like I'm not getting a lot of agave. If it is, it's again more of that raw agave, that green agave, and not that sweet, deep, dark, mature agave. Let me take this last sip. Yeah, that is spicy. Ooh, that is warm as well. And yeah, that's interesting, man. That is interesting. Okay, Santaleza, if you are a fan of spicy reposados, you're a fan of like baking spice and pepper, that wood flavor as well, this is absolutely the bottle for you. And it's, just very interesting how, and it's, what, I got the Blanco here. I don't even have another cup. And you guys know we just like to go straight in, no editing, nothing like that. I'm just going to go right on in and just pour this in and bring back this Blanco just to kind of remind my taste buds. Okay, so the Reposado does mellow that Blanco out a little bit, but even too, the Blanco's got some spice on it, and it's kind of like just like raw in your face. A lot of pepper on that. I do remember. Please go watch that video. I do enjoy how the oak, enhance that flavor and add a little bit more to it, but it definitely added a lot of baking spice as well, and even more some black pepper and white pepper, and just that very first taste, all that ethanol, that was very surprising, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a little bit more softer than it was, but man, if that's your thing, this is going to be your jam for sure. But that's it. This is our take on Santaleza Reposado, and if you've ever had it, I don't think so, drop the comments down below. But this is, guarantee you, first where you're going to see this world exclusive, all right? We drink everything and anything. I love it, and I appreciate you all for following. If you have not done so already, hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk, all right? Thank you for being here with us, and take care, everybody.